Hi, I'm Don Robertson, and welcome to County Beat. County Beat is a program that we at the county like to provide to you as information about what's going on in our community and programs that we have in our county government. Today we are excited because we're going to be talking about our county fair. It's the premier event that we host in Isle of Wight County, and with me today is the County Fair Board Chairman, Danny. Danny's been doing this for a while. You've got all the facts about this coming fair, and if you would, just share some information with our audience.
All right. Fair is September the 15th through the 18th, and our theme this year is Country Nights and Carnival Lights. It's a little bit, we changed a little bit this year and made it a little brighter and prettier. We got a whole lot of big things coming up.
Well, I know that each year this time, you guys are working on really gearing up. You're doing a lot of things as it relates to logistics. You're doing a lot of things in terms of planning. But a major component of what you all as the fair committee are working on is lining up sponsors. And, obviously we're excited about today.
Yeah, here to my right is Pete Carr. He's the Senior Vice President of Farmers Bank. They're our presenting bank. Presenting sponsor, sorry. And they're, of course, our big sponsor. We have lots of sponsors, obviously, that do various things. There are various levels of sponsorship, but Farmers is our big.
Well, and Pete, thank you. Farmers Bank has been involved with the county fair, I believe, since its inception, and you guys have been, probably our most consistent sponsor throughout the years. If you would maybe talk a little bit about Farmers Bank and its commitment to the county fair.
I'd be glad to. This is our 23rd year of participating on some level of sponsorship with the fair, which I believe is celebrating its 23rd anniversary, ironically. We started with the fair when we were in the courthouse area, right next to where we are right now. Farmers Bank was founded in 1919 in this county, and we have tried diligently over those almost 100 years, and I'll put a plug in just in a minute that we'll be celebrating our 100th anniversary in about 2.5 years.
Wow.
We have always taken pride in being a good corporate citizen in our community, and we believe this is the premier event, as Danny said, and it is the one time a year where we bring the entire county together from the northern end to the southern end, from Carysbrook to Carsville, and bring everybody together in one location with one common goal, and that's to have some good family fun and good entertainment. And so we are just proud to be that presenting sponsor. You'll see our signs and our folks all during the fair walking around, handing out little items, of course, advertising Farmers Bank, but this is a big deal for us. Our CEO, Richard Holland Jr., Dick, is very dedicated to the fair and its ideals and its values to promote and provide a good family atmosphere for the folks in this county and the surrounding areas.
Well, and Pete, you've talked about the 23 years. I mean, obviously, Farmers Bank and the Holland family have been staples in Isle of Wight County. But we could not do what we do with the county fair without your commitment, without your sponsorship, and to have a local business as our premier sponsor each year is really impressive. I mean, we really appreciate that.
Well, we really appreciate that. It is your recognition. It's just been a lot of fun for our staff. We try to get our entire staff involved in volunteering. It's a good way to bring our folks together for a common good and a common cause in this county.
Just to build on that a little bit, this year we made a different move. We're actually partnering with them in our info tent, where we have our welcome info tent, whatever you want to call it. We usually man that with our volunteers. They're manning that tent with us so we can show partnership within having the fair itself. So it's kind of a big deal for us. We're doing a lot more things together and to make it look like we're more community oriented together.
Excellent, excellent. And Danny, I would think, if there are companies, local or otherwise, that still want it to be a part of the fair, there's probably time for them to get in on the action.
We will take sponsors as long as we can get them. We have my sponsorship chairman is out looking all the time, but sometimes there's some that we don't get for whatever reason, or we don't find whatever reason. But we're happy to have anybody that wants to get involved. It gives. Our sponsor gets out to about 30,000 people that we have coming through, and that's just of the fair days. Then they even get some exposure during our kickoff events, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
Sure. And I believe we list them on the website as well.
Yes, correct. They're listed in many venues. They're listed, of course, out at the fair with banners and things like that. They're on the website. They're on our social media stuff. Farmers actually is on the ad that we do, the TV ads and all of that type of stuff. So there's many venues of where they get shown their names and things like that.
Sure. And what kinds of, you talked about, Farmers is not only a financial sponsor, but also they have staff that are going to be helping out. What other opportunities, either financial or other supporting roles, can sponsors play?
Well, we have a big part of our sponsorship, of course, cash and money is a big piece of it. That's how we're able to do the fair. But we also get a lot of in-kind, what we call in-kind sponsorship, which is people provide services or they provide material and things like that. There's huge opportunities for that. And that's usually in the tune of $100,000 to $120,000 worth that we get, and it's mostly local, businesses that provide, that for us,
Wow.
which is huge. We can't. It's almost as good as money. So.
Well, and obviously that's a huge benefit to us. I guess, Pete, it might be good for businesses to hear from you. What benefit is this to Farmers Bank, other than just kind of being a part of the community?
Well, it certainly showcases our community banking concept that we're so proud of here in Wight County. But we also are very active in Suffolk, and we're also very active in Franklin and Southampton. We now have 6 branches, which in the grand world of banking is still a very, very small bank. But we have 6 branches, and we've now even opened what we call a loan production office in Chesapeake. So our exposure, whether it be through media or social media or what have you, we are expanding our footprint primarily eastward. And anything that we can do that helps our community, but also promotes our style of community banking and our style of what I consider listening and genuinely being committed to the customer. Any way we can promote that really helps our cause also.
Excellent. Well, any other information that you'd want to share with us, Pete, about any upcoming programs that you guys might have, or some things that I know you talked about your 100th anniversary coming up in a couple of years.
In a couple of years, in 2019, which sounds like a long time away, but it's 2016 now, Danny. In 2019, we will be celebrating the 100th year of Farmers Bank. We are in the process of forming some committees and putting some plans and ideas together how we're going to promote that and celebrate that throughout all our branches. So will be a very, very exciting time for us. We're also reaching out more in our social media areas, and I'm kind of one of the old guys on the team, so we have some good young folks that are very well acquainted with how to reach out to the millennial generation, which I left many years ago. But we're trying to be more of a, media-conscious bank now, and reaching out to all members of our community.
Fantastic. Well, we thank you, Pete, and we thank Farmers Bank and the commitment that you guys have made, not only this year but over the years. And we want you to stay tuned. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Danny and some staff are going to provide some details about tickets, what specific things are going to be happening at this year's fair, and we want you to stay tuned and stay informed. Welcome back. As you know, today we're talking about the county fair, and joining us are Lauren Wood, who's our coordinator, and LaTanya Turner, who's the acting director of Parks and Recreation. And Lauren, I know you've been very much involved in planning for this year's fair, and you want to give us maybe some highlights of what's going to be going on?
Yes, we have lots of new things, as Danny said earlier, coming up, but we do have a change in our admission pricing. That's going to be $10 to get into the gate, and then ages 6 to 12, it's $5. We have a lot of specials as well. So Thursday, the 15th of September, is carload night. So it's $40 per car, and you can have up to 8 people in a car. And if you come in single and you don't want to ride the rides, it's $10. So you can still come in, and get a deal. And then our other specials are going to be Sunday the 18th, which is our Military Appreciation Day. It's going to be $5 if you show your military ID. And then Friday from 10 to 2 is our Senior Day and Elementary School Day, so you can come in for $1. So it's a huge deal.
Wow.
And, homeschool, public school, private school, doesn't matter. You can get in for $1. And then all seniors, so it's a really good deal.
Excellent, excellent. So people are coming in, they've got their ticket prices, so once they hit the gate, what can they expect?
Well, we have 4 new ground acts that are coming. We have our alligator Kachunga show, so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a big tank with alligators, and they're going to be running around, and it'll be cool. Very interactive for the kids. And then we have a puppet show. It's a barnyard review, so it's an agricultural-based show for the kids. They can interact with the puppets and learn about agriculture and farming and all different homegrown vegetables and everything. And then we also have our Hanson's acrobatic show. It's a tightrope walking show, and it's a whole family. So they do all these different tricks in the air. It's really neat. And then our last ground act is a strolling act, and it's Carrie McQueen. She dresses up in these huge costumes, and she walks around the fair and interacts with everyone, but she's also juggling and taking pictures, and she has a Mother Nature outfit, so she'll be teaching people about planting flowers and seeds and that sort of thing. So very neat.
She's about 10 feet tall.
She's huge.
Well, and Danny, I know in previous years, one of the things that folks really look forward to, other than like me and the food, is our entertainment.
Yeah, we have quite a bit of entertainment this year. Again, as you know, the last couple of years we've been trying to beef up on our smaller stage and doing more with that. But we've got our main acts, and it's on the Duke Automotive stage, is Neil McCoy on Friday night, and the kickoff band for them is Jody Pyle's band at 7 o'clock, and Neil McCoy is 9. Neil is just he's been around a while. He's one of the older ones, but he is so animated and all over the place. You can expect to probably see him jump out in the middle of the crowd somewhere along the way. He's that type of guy, and he likes to really interact with the crowd. So he's a real showman. On Saturday night, we got an up-and-coming national act. It's Chase Bryant. He's got a couple of things on the charts right now. He's the big act on. And then we got another one that's up-and-coming and just signed a contract, is the Kevin Mack Band. In fact, I heard him played on the radio just day before yesterday. So he's up-and-coming, and I knew he just had a contract. And then that's the two big events on the Duke Automotive stage. On the Blackwater stage, we have a lot of regional acts, and I'm only going to give you the big names, but there's something going on all 4 days, all day long on that one. And the big act that on Friday night is the DeLoreans, which is a hugely popular band in this area. Saturday night on that stage at 7:30 is Snack Bar Jones, is another big, popular band in this area. And then on Sunday,
It's Slap Nation.
We have Slap Nation, which is another also good band in this area. A lot of and then for our kickoff events, the Seafood Fest is Wednesday night, and we have Strictly Business playing for that, which is another popular band in this area. So we've stretched it out a little bit this year compared to what we normally do. So that kind of sums up our entertainment. But there's another 10 or 12 local bands that are playing on the Blackwater River stage during that whole time. And then Sunday we're trying something a little different on Sunday. We're doing a couple of bluegrass bands on the Duke Automotive stage.
So there should be either some type of live band or music going on really
Yes.
the
There's-
whole time the fair is going
There's
on.
some kind of music, and it covers every genre, so everybody, there's something for everybody if they want to see it. That's for sure. Like I said, it's all the way from bluegrass to R&B to country. You know, it's all over the place. So
We have gospel too.
Young Gospel is for the seniors.
Excellent.
We actually are having that on Friday when the seniors are there. 'Cause
And
they always
reggae.
so enjoy it. Yeah, we got a reggae band. We cover all genres, I think.
Well,
pretty much.
good,
Yeah.
good. I think, as fairs have always been, it's really family entertainment, but now we're expanding it to really give all families an opportunity to come out and
That's
be
what
a
we-
part of the fair, and that's wonderful.
That's what we're trying to do, trying to reach out. So.
And Latanya, I know you are involved from the standpoint of staffing and directing staff out at Parks and Rec. And maybe one of the hidden gems that we rarely talk about are the staff that get involved. We love our volunteers. They do a wonderful job. Our sponsors are just tremendous. But there's a lot of work that goes into producing and pulling off the county fair. And maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
It is. There is a lot that goes into putting on the county fair, and Lauren does an awesome job with being the fair coordinator. Behind the scenes, the people that you don't see are led by Gary Askew, our parks manager, and they are preparing, they're getting the grounds ready. They spend hours and hours and hours out there preparing the grounds and making sure that everything is safe and clean and neat for everyone to be out there. So we're super excited about the fair. They're excited about the fair, and our work doesn't stop. It continues, and
Yeah.
they're out there probably right now.
Yes.
So we're excited to have the fair. We're looking forward to it as always. It's great. They still bring their families out there even after they finish working. And it's pretty much around the clock. So if you happen to see somebody from Parks and Recreation out there, tell them hello and give them a little wave and let them know that you appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, they really put in a lot of time and effort. And July, when it was really hot, those guys were out cutting grass at the fairgrounds. It's August now, and it's still hot.
Yeah.
And they're cutting grass and preparing the ground, so a lot of work. A lot of coordination between our volunteers and staff, and as you said, that's kind of the behind-the-scenes look at what goes on at the fair. One thing I don't know if we've covered, but parking. I know we normally have a great group of folks doing parking, and we've got plenty of space for folks to come out and park safely. Any thoughts or any comments about parking?
We've come so far. Our Central Hill Hunt Club does our parking, and they have come so far with that. They're excellent at that job, and they've done it for maybe 5-6 years now, and they just are doing an awesome job of that. They get them in, get them out. It's amazing to me how well they handle that. It's even amazing to the sheriff's department who is involved. How good we have gotten with that. So yeah, I'm really proud of those guys. And same thing with the trash pickup and all. Those guys do that for us, and it's amazing what we get done.
Well, and I wanted to point that out because, sometimes people might think, wow, it's a huge event. They may have 30,000 people. I don't want to go. I can't find parking or can't. It is so convenient to get into the fairgrounds, to park, to get your family into the actual, midway or into the entertainment or what other aspect of the fair that you want to get to and then get out and get home safely.
Well, between the parking and the ticketing, the last 3 years we have worked really hard to try to get it, because there has been times in the past we had long lines, and so we moved to a couple of years ago moved to electronic ticketing. Of course, that's always a slow takeoff, but it's increased quite well. But we've also increased our ticket booth sizes and how many people we got attending that, and along with the learning curve that we've done on the parking and got that. Nobody really has to wait very long at all. We move them through pretty quick, and in fact, I'm out there quite a bit and move people around if we have to from one booth to another one to make sure that people are not standing in line. If I've got a ticket booth open, I don't want anybody in line. So.
Well, and Danny, I know that you all have tried to do some things each year to kind of add to either innovations with technology or you've got a green initiative, Go
Yeah.
Green initiative this year. Can you talk a little bit about those?
Last year we actually put, year before last we had Wi-Fi there. Last year we actually put in a fiber optic ring, which has made everything much smoother and run smoother. We almost have no ticketing going down. This year we decided, and we had kind of been doing it along anyway, but we decided we were going to go green. And what I mean by that is, in the last 2 or 3 years, we've been buying LED lighting and stuff like that to try to, because our power consumption is pretty big for those days. And what's happened is we have gone from about 30-some commercial vendors to last year, I think we had 67 commercial vendors. And so our power requirements was going up, but our power didn't go up. So one of the things we've put into contract this year is we are strongly encouraging them to bring LED lighting and do things that they can do to help support some of that, so to keep our power requirements down, because we just can't keep up. That's one thing. We've also, instead of having the water hand washing stations that are water, we've started using the hand sanitizers and things like that. It's doing things like that, and it's a little at the time, but we're trying to make us as green as we can and because we wasted a lot of water. You know, people would sometimes the kids would play with the hand washing station.
Well, they were becoming an issue
Yeah.
and unsanitary when they're overflowing and there's lots of paper towels flying everywhere
Right.
and there's no need for all that.
Well, and the fair is it's a family atmosphere, and so we want our families to be safe,
That's
and
correct.
certainly we want to make sure that they have conveniences. I understand one of the conveniences as well, Lauren, is our ATMs.
Yes, this year we usually only have one basic ATM and like maybe a small kiosk, but we're actually going to have 2 big ATMs this year that we're going to put at gate 1 and 3. So it's going to be a whole lot convenient for people coming in the 2 gates, and it'll be able to cover the whole fairgrounds this year instead of just one location, because it's been really hard to get there. And then to go back with some of the things Danny said with like the electronic ticketing, it has become faster too, because we are doing advance sales online. So you can buy tickets in advance. We encourage that, because that way they can go right through the gate without having to wait in line at all. You can buy them on your phone. You can buy them on your iPad, whatever you need, and you can come in and we'll scan your phone, scan your ticket, and you're in. So that's just to go along with what he had mentioned about getting faster, because we encourage that a lot, because that can get you in and out in no time.
And another good piece of that electronic ticketing is they can also buy a 2 or 3 day pass for less money.
Multi-days,
for a multi-day pass, they get it in cheaper for people that want to. And you, honestly, there's so much to do, they can't do it all in a day.
Yeah. And both of our concerts for Friday and Saturday night, we have reserved seating, VIP seating, and premium seating for. So you can go online and get those tickets in advance as well. They're only sold advance, so get them quick. And that way you can have front row seat to all the big entertainment.
And pretty easy to find us because it's thefairiscoming.com.
Yes.
So that's all you need to know. The fair is coming, and that's where you can get your tickets.
Well, that's a great segue, Latanya, because I wanted to make sure that before we leave, we provided information to people about how they can get tickets, where they can buy tickets, and maybe if they need to find out additional information. So we know they can go to the website, ticket locations.
Well, we are selling the fair tickets only in advance online. And also the truck pull event on September 10th, you can buy them at the gate. The Seafood Fest on the 14th of September, you can buy them in advance online, as well as all Farmers Bank locations in Windsor, the hardware store, the Citizens National Bank, and then in Carrollton you can buy them at Nike Park and Travis's Auto, and then in Smithfield you can buy them at Tourism Powerhouse Equipment. So you can find them in any area that you're near, and you can get them in advance, and they're cheaper, because if you buy them at the gate, they go up. So
go up
definitely get them
$5.
early.
Same thing.
$5.
I'm sorry. Same thing with advance ride tickets. You can get those now.
Yes,
at
all
believe
the same
those
locations
that you said. Much cheaper to get your advance ride tickets before the fair begins.
Amusements of America is our midway, and they provide tickets. If we buy them, sell them in advance, they're half price. So they're half the price. So
Was $10
$10
for a sheet of 20.
sheets. I mean, a sheet of 20. I'm sorry. But if you wait till you go to the fair, then it's $20 for that same sheet of tickets.
Fantastic. Well, we've provided a lot of information, and if you've got questions, by all means, please go to our website, and that website is,
Thefairscoming.com.
and you can get all the information, all the things that you want to know about this year's fair. We hope that you'll join us there. It's a great time for family activities, and we hope that you'll continue to stay tuned to the County Beat for updates about future upcoming events and all the things going on in Isle of Wight County. We'll see you next time.